Hey, how you doing? This is Adam Post, publisher of more than 1,000 comic books and marketing expert covering woke Nike disaster, massive layoffs announced today. Let's get into the story. Before we do, please be sure you are subscribed to the channel. Click the bell for notifications. Give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate you guys. Coming from the Wall Street Journal, Nike to cut over 1,600 jobs. Layoffs are part of sneaker giant's plan to shed $2 billion in costs over the next 3 years. Coming from ABC, this is a painful reality. Nike will lay off 2% of employees. In a company-wide email Thursday night, Nike CEO Donahoe said that the cutbacks will not impact store employees, store managers, or distribution center workers. It used to be this way. It used to be that Nike could do whatever they wanted and they would not have an impact on sales or on their stock price. Not anymore. From the Daily Wire, Nike immune from conservative backlash despite long history of woke advocacy. That goes back to June. Now, their stock price is down $9 billion from where it was in June of 2023. And of course, they're being forced to lay off 1,600 employees. And that's for now. Let's see where they're at another year from now. Like Hasbro, it will probably be another massive layoff. I hope no one loses their job. But if they're going to work for a company like this, they should expect there's going to be problems. Remember this Dylan Mulvaney commercial? I mean, this is how ridiculous it was. A video on Dylan Mulvaney's social media promoting Dylan Mulvaney as a spokesmodel for women's bras and leggings, branded by Nike, as if women want to be associated with appearing like this. It's not just Dylan being silly, but women are self-conscious enough they don't need an association with looking this silly. A lot of women took this to be just mocking women, as if when women are working out, this is what they look like and this is what they aspire to be. Women don't like this. Men don't like this. Really, nobody likes this. Dylan's just jumping around being ridiculous. How is that supposed to sell merchandise? Well, apparently it didn't sell merchandise, or they wouldn't have to be laying off so many people. Whoever was responsible for this promotion should be outed. They should be fired. They should never work again. I realize all of this is part of a dehumanizing agenda, and it wasn't done with the idea that it's going to necessarily sell a lot more merchandise. But even so, this is completely absurd. This should never have been done. Immediately, as soon as this promotion came out, and of course this was around the same time as the Bud Light promotion, there was massive backlash. From the New York Post, Nike faces online uproar over paid partnership with trans TikToker Dylan Mulvaney. And it wasn't just like, oh, we're upset with you. No, women were really upset. One woman in particular started a viral TikTok sensation with her Burn Bra Challenge. From the New York Post, Burn Bra Challenge gains momentum on TikTok and calls to boycott Nike over Dylan Mulvaney ads. As if destroying Bud Light wasn't enough. Yes, Dylan Mulvaney had to destroy Nike as well. From ABC, this is a painful reality. Nike will lay off 2% of employees. That's a large percentage, even though they're a very big company. 2% is a major layoff. In a company-wide email Thursday night, Nike CEO Donahoe said, the cutbacks will not impact store employees, store managers, or distribution center workers. From Portland, Oregon, Nike is laying off approximately 2% of its workforce, about 1,600 jobs, starting Friday, the sportswear company said in a company-wide email last Thursday night. Quote, this is a painful reality and not one that I take lightly, said Donahoe, president and CEO of Nike in the email. We are not performing at our best, and I ultimately hold myself and my leadership team accountable. Donahoe said the first round of layoffs will start Friday, so they've already started, and go through next week, while the next round will be complete by the end of May. Nike is one of the region's largest employers with more than 15,500 workers in the Portland and Southwest Washington area and around 83,000 people worldwide as of May 2023. In December, the company announced a $2 billion cost-cutting and restructuring strategy, signaling that there may be layoffs. And here we are, there's layoffs. It's likely that most of the layoffs will be at the company's Beaverton headquarters. Quote, Nike has a proud history where the most challenging moments bring out the best in us, individually and as a team, Donahoe said. I know we will come together to respond once again, and I'm confident in our future. From the Daily Wire, Nike immune from conservative backlash despite a long history of woke advocacy. This is the way it used to be. It used to be like this for years. Not anymore. While Bud Light and Target have experienced significant backlash in response to their promotion of transgenderism, sneaker giant Nike, which has its own deal with Dylan Mulvaney, has thrived for years while pushing far-left beliefs on gender and race. Bud Light sales have plummeted following its partnership with Mulvaney, the transgender-identified social media influencer. The boycott that followed Bud Light's promotion of transgenderism has cost its parent, Anheuser-Busch, a whopping $27 billion in market value. That's the value of their stock. The stock has bounced back since then, but they've also spent $1 billion of company money buying back stock to boost the stock price. That is something that a company will often do to try to get their stock price up when the stock price just won't go up. They also spent another $3 billion buying back company debt. That's $4 billion alone to try to boost the value of the stock. In addition to that, they've spent hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars trying to do promotions, promote Bud Light, promote their other brands. And yes, while it's helped their stock price a little bit, they have not regained the business that they've lost in the United States for Bud Light and all their other brands. Quote, we believe there's a subset of American consumers who will not drink a Bud Light for the foreseeable future, said a beverage analyst at JP Morgan Chase. Target was similarly punished by consumers after it used the work of an artist who uses satanic imagery in the company's Pride Month collection. Target's Pride collection also included tuck-friendly female swimwear. But Nike's stock market fluctuations do not appear to be tied to its years of advancing woke causes. Its embrace of former NFL quarterback Colin Kaepernick after his controversial 2016 decision to kneel for the national anthem, protesting alleged police brutality, set off a long run of profitability that culminated in shares hitting a 5-year high of $177 per share in 2021. And while the stock price has declined since then, stock analysts have not blamed the reduced stock price on progressive stances. Nike's market capitalization has risen from about $30 billion in 2010 to $165 billion as of June. Now it's around $156 billion, so they're down about $9 billion. Nike recently struck a deal of its own with Dylan Mulvaney to advertise a sports bra and leggings. The Daily Wire recently reported on a leaked email from Nike revealing that the multi-billion-dollar company plans to celebrate Pride Month by hosting a panel discussion with a surgeon who performs what they call gender affirmation operations on adolescents. Nike will also host a family-friendly drag story hour event and unveil gender-inclusive apparel for children. Nike also sponsored a queer youth field day for children as young as 13 in Memphis and even teamed up with the Burbank YMCA and an OnlyFans creator to teach children about voguing, a style of dance popular among those who identify as LGBT. The quote, intro to Vogue class was held by a performer who goes by Honey Balenciaga. It was open to children in middle school. Nike not only provided attendees with transportation to the event, but even incentivized attendance by giving away free pairs of shoes. A site called Marketing the Rainbow, which tracks corporation support for the LGBT movement, documented Nike's promotion of transgenderism dating back to at least 2016. It's not that Nike has been immune from criticism for its stances. It was roundly ripped for renewing Kaepernick's endorsement deal in 2018 and making him the face of the Just Do It ad campaign 2 years after he knelt for the national anthem. A year later, the company dropped its Betsy Ross American flag sneakers after Kaepernick criticized the design, sparking backlash from prominent conservatives, including Senator Ted Cruz and former Arizona Governor Doug Ducey. Well, Nike sales have only grown since it seized attention with its ad campaign featuring former NFL quarterback Colin Kaepernick. The Chicago Tribune wrote at the time. Matt Powell, a sports industry analyst for the NPD Group, told the New York Times that Nike's partnership with Kaepernick was a winner with customers, even if it was a dud with conservatives. Well, pretty much every metric you can look at was positive for Nike. Their social media mentions went up, their sales rose the week after, and they won a bunch of awards for the ad campaign, he said. They're clearly aligned with their core customer base. Nike is clearly aligned with their core customer base. Are they, though? Here's what women had to say about it. From the New York Post, Burn Bra Challenge gains momentum on TikTok and calls to boycott Nike over Dylan Mulvaney ads. Nike faced increasing backlash from women over having transgender influencer Dylan Mulvaney promote the company's apparel as a Burn Bra Challenge was launched on TikTok. A self-described Southern mama said she was sick and tired of Nike pushing us around before burning her sports bra and encouraging others to join in the viral challenge. Quote, all you real women out there, we're in the fight of our fights. The woman who goes by the TikTok handle, quote, Chatterbox Mama said to her more than 140,000 followers. Since the 1960s, we've been fighting for the right to be women. Nike, you should be ashamed of yourself. You chose a little boy with no breasts and some junk in his pants to represent real women. The TikToker declared, Nike, I am done with you. I will never ever buy a Nike product for as long as I live. And there are millions and millions and millions of women just like me. She then challenged other women to, quote, burn your Nike bras as a way of showing our solidarity and how serious we are that we will be recognized. But we are the queens. Your consumers hit you where it hurts. And that's right in your pocket, she said. I challenge every real woman that is sick of this nonsense. It's a great night to burn my Nike bras. She is then seen in the video putting 2 of her Nike brand bras into a fireplace by her pool. From NBC Montana, former Olympians call out Nike for partnership with trans activist Dylan Mulvaney. Olympic swimming legend Sharon Davies is leading calls to boycott Nike following news of its partnership with Mulvaney, similar to calls for boycotts from some celebrities following the news that Bud Light decided to partner with Mulvaney for a March Madness themed promotion. Here's what she said. It feels like a parody of what women are, Davies told GBN News. In the past, it was always seen as an insult when someone said, run like a girl. And here we've got someone behaving, in a way that's very unsportslike, very unathletic. And it's just so frustrating when it's only 1% of the US sponsorship dollar in the whole of the USA goes to actual females in sport. That they would then do this just seems like a kick in the teeth constantly. I haven't seen a lot of promotions coming out where there are sponsorships from Dylan Mulvaney. I don't think we're going to see a lot more of them. Last year they did push Dylan quite heavily, but it doesn't look like any of those promotions really worked out so well, except for Dylan. Dylan made lots of money, but this did not go over well. Also looking back on it, with Bud Light really being severely damaged by the Dylan Mulvaney promotion in such an irreparable way, I don't think that this bra and leggings promotion from Nike really did anything to help Bud Light either. All these things really worked against each other, with Bud Light taking a lot of the heat. And now Nike is dealing with it as well, with at least these 1,600 layoffs and probably more on the way. It does go to show whether it's Disney or Anheuser-Busch with Bud Light or Nike. Don't give these companies money if you don't want to give these companies money. It may not be an overnight solution where you pull your business, you won't support the company anymore, and then automatically they go out of business or the management leaves. It's not necessarily going to be an overnight thing, especially with big companies. Big companies have a way of delaying the inevitable, much more so than small companies do because of all the money they have and how diversified they are in multiple industries, multiple markets, multiple countries. But if you don't support the companies that don't support your values, eventually they will have layoffs. Eventually they will be forced to not use their companies as propaganda tools. And even then, you don't need to support them and give them your business. Let me know what you think of all this in the comments below. Always love to see your ideas. Please be sure you are subscribed to the channel. Click the bell for notifications. Give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you again soon with another video. And if I don't see you, I will miss you.